And the DMV says more than 200,000 of these notices are being sent out to collect a backlog of $4 million in uncollected fees dating back to last August. That's when the department shut down its computerized registration system in preparation for switching over to its newly upgraded $26 million system. The computer glitch delayed late fee notices from going out. The DMV says motorists can renew their registration if they have a late fee, but it's not been determined how long that grace period will last. The late fee is $20 on top of the $20 emissions charge. The department says it wanted to make sure it handled this process correctly.
We're going to opt for people complaining that we are sending them out a little later than we should have, as opposed to them getting them incorrectly.
Well, officials in Bridgeport today spoke out about what they're doing to combat mosquitoes that could carry the Zika virus. Officials say they're treating all catch basins in the city so the standing water doesn't become a breeding ground for mosquitoes. They're also working with state officials to help monitor the bugs. They say battling mosquitoes is a community-wide effort, so volunteers will be reaching out to people about what they can do to help. And a News 12 Connecticut update: a judge in Bridgeport must now weigh arguments heard today about whether a lawsuit brought by the families of the Sandy Hook victims against the manufacturer of the assault rifle used in that shooting can go forward to trial. Both sides made their cases in court today. Attorneys for Remington Arms argue the judge should strike the suit because a federal law shields gun makers from most lawsuits over criminal use of their products. Attorneys for the families counter there are exceptions to the immunity rule. They accused Remington of negligence for selling a military-style weapon to civilians and marketing it to those who want to cause mass destruction. Many Sandy Hook family members at the hearing said they were also thinking of those who lost loved ones in the Orlando shooting.
Our actions here are meant to bring about change. Sadly, that change did not come in time for your loved ones. This is why we will continue to fight for change. We are Newtown and we are Orlando.
School officials say the teacher was immediately suspended after they learned that he wrestled with some of the students. This arrest warrant focuses on an incident that happened in a student's home in February. Police say 46-year-old Greg Gustafson came to a student's house on the 23rd for a meeting. After a brief introduction with Gustafson, police say the student's mother left to do some groceries, leaving Gustafson alone with her two sons and her son's friend. Police say Gustafson went to the basement with the teenagers and they started wrestling. They say two of the boys eventually left the house, and that's when they say Gustafson got really rough with the third teen. Police say the boy told them Gustafson slammed him to the ground, pulled on his underwear until they ripped, and tied his hands, only letting him go when the boy's mother returned home. Police say they were told Gustafson has wrestled with several students multiple times, sometimes even in school, and school officials say they have no tolerance for this behavior.
His behavior fell outside the lines of propriety in terms of, going to the student's house and wrestling with the student. That's inappropriate.
The boy, police say, recorded videos of himself showing his ripped underwear. Police say Gustafson offered the boy money in exchange for deleting those videos and not saying what happened that day. We will have many more details on this story for you tonight. In Stratford, Madeline Rivera, News 12 Connecticut.
New at 7, Fairfield First Selectman Mike Tetreault helped cut the ribbon on the newest restaurant in town. Toto Restaurant held its grand opening this evening, featuring all kinds of Mediterranean cuisine. The owner says he's gone to great lengths to make sure the restaurant's kitchen is not only friendly to those who are gluten-free, but completely safe. Earlier today, riders in Stratford got their say at a public meeting at Town Hall. GBT is cutting about 5,000 hours a year in service because of the lean state budget. That means fewer trips for some lines and shorter routes for others. Riders like Florence Lanjul use those buses for lots of everyday activities.
The Stratford Farmers Market celebrated the start of summer by holding its opening day. Organizers say it features Connecticut-grown produce, local meats, shellfish, cheeses, baked goods, and crafts. They used to hold that market in the parking lot at DeLuca Field on Main Street. They moved it this year to Paradise Green, which customers say makes shopping even more enjoyable.
It's just wonderful here. It really brings people out to the green and offers us alternatives to corporate food culture, and my family and I try and come every week.
Well, they can come every week. The Stratford Farmers Market runs every Monday from 2 until 6 in the evening through the end of October, and it goes on rain or shine.